All right, we are live.
All right.
So I guess looks like we got 4 questions tonight. What value would you place on Right Now Technologies? I came up with somewhere between 500 million range.
All right. That's a little bit higher than what I came up with, but I put them at around 350 million.
Okay.
So I just did the 30,000 or not 30,000, 35 million in sales revenue
Mm-hmm.
for the 2013, and then what I did was I took their previous evaluation, which was 8 times sales revenue, and
Mm-hmm.
so I just multiplied the 35 million by 8 times, but so that's actually 280 million. But then because they're continuing to grow, so I just rounded it up a little bit to a 10 times multiplier.
Yeah. I also
So
stuck with the 10 times multiplier. I think the difference what I did was or maybe I misunderstood it, but somewhere in there I saw it said that they were on track to do 50 million. So I used the 50 million rather than the 35 million.
yeah, I might have read that wrong because I did read where they were on track to do 50 million,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought we were basing it off of the 2003 revenue.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, I that's why I based my number off of. But I agree with you. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I think where I read that was when he got the call from um, the the guy that wanted to acquire them. I think it
Hmm.
said in there that he would use the 50 million rather than the 30 million
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
or 35. But I think you can go either way. It's probably the best valuation is going to be between 350 and 500. So,
Hmm. All right.
let's see next. You want to read number 2? Oh, we already
I
did.
actually don't have the questions pulled up yet. So
Oh, okay.
questions.
I can read number. We already answered number 2. It says provide a range of values. So we did that. 350 to 500 sounds pretty accurate.
Hmm.
Number 3 says if Greg's investors seek a 30 to 50% internal rate of return, what exit value will they expect? I didn't actually do this calculation yet, but I can do it real quick. Internal rate of return. have the answer to that one. Did you by chance calculate that?
I did not do that calculation, no.
Right. I just have to plug numbers in real quick. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. We're on question 3, but we don't know how to get the answer.
Yeah, I think we should move on and try to come back to it.
All right. Let's. Yeah, I was trying to figure it out on Excel, but I couldn't figure it out. So.
Yeah, I'm not getting it either.
Number 4 says, provide your analysis of each of the options Greg is considering. Based on your analysis, what should Greg do? Consider Greg's goals as well as the goals of everyone else who is involved in this venture. So I can go first. I guess the 3 options were take the offer and cash out. It sounds like he'd make a lot of money. And grow internally in the larger organization. Option 2 is reject the acquisition and plan for IPO in 2004. And then option 3 is continue to grow organically. I kind of thought at the beginning of the case, given it's the year 2003 going on 2004, that he should probably accept the offer, but that's kind of because I know that the recession's coming. So I don't know. But I think if I were put in his position, one of the options had a good point, or one of the paragraphs made a good point that sales.com, which is their most, I think it was sales.com or something, sales.com, which was basically their competition, and the company that's most like them is getting ready to IPO, and they should wait to see how much they IPO for before they sell the company. And that's probably what I would do in that situation as well. So, but hindsight, I would probably, if I knew the future, I would sell.
Yeah. I agree with you that I think they should take the offer. Mainly because, I mean, that's an incredible amount, or it's an incredible amount of money that they'd be making. Also, that kind of tends to fit with the pattern of what he's been doing in his life, where it talked about how earlier he had started the Bright Work Development Network, and he kind of grew that for a little bit and got into a similar situation and ended up selling. And so I kind of think that's probably what he would do. I don't know, like, personally how strong he takes his commitment to. I forget how many thousand or how many jobs he wanted to create, but I know he hadn't like created all the jobs he was hoping to. And so I guess my second choice would for him to be to continue to grow organically. Just at that point, though, I kind of feel like it's more of a just trying to like help the community out. I don't know.
Did they say that if they sell, they'd take it out of Bozeman?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. All right.
So I
yeah, I would.
I mean, I guess it just go ahead.
Okay. You just finish your thought, and then I'll go ahead and.
No, I was just gonna kind of agree with you where it's like I guess it just depends on how strong he takes, his commitment to kind of growing Bozeman. Right? Because if he sells it, he can make a ton of money, but then that would obviously hurt the town a little bit.
Yeah.
So I guess it just depends on how committed he is to helping the local community.
Yeah, it's kind of like I was kind of looking at his like intentions, because I think he mentioned early on that like money wasn't even like an issue anymore, because when he sold his last company, they made so much money, and then they just moved there because that's where he decided he wanted to go. And so like, because I was initially leaning towards just selling, because if he's just looking to make this, profitable and successful company, it's probably in his best interest to sell and let this other company kind of boost, their exposure, which will in turn boost their revenue and the profitability of the company. It'll make it a lot better than the way they're doing it now, just because since they're just starting out and doing everything themselves, they can only, their resources and such can only get them so far. But if he's just looking to create a successful company, that's probably the best thing to do, is sell and let this other company kind of boost things for him. And like you said, I don't know how high on the priority list fulfilling his commitment is of creating, that many jobs. Kind of a weird place to create that type of job anyway. But so Not really sure which priority lies where, so.
hmm
One thing just to add a little bit is it sounded like as far as Greg went, money wasn't a priority at all, like had already been mentioned. He's made so much from his prior business and selling it that money's not a concern. I mean, he's been skiing and golfing for the past couple of years until he came up with his business idea.
Right.
But the jobs seem to be like his only verbal goal with this company, with starting it, was making the job base. So I think the best case scenario for him and for the company, they had a failed IPO. His past history shows that he's successful with building companies and then selling them. I think the best thing to do would be to kind of find a middle ground on what's already been spoken and sell the company with the understanding that they will keep, X amount of jobs in the Bozeman, Montana County, because it's the same as, where they've got Walmart back in Bentonville, Arkansas. Like, there was nothing there before Walmart decided to make that their home, Like, they built the need and people went to fill it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Anybody else have anything to add?
No.
No.
I think we're good then. We pretty much covered everything. I'll stop the broadcast and send